Hello, my name is Dale Wilhite. I live at the Francis Clymer in Mountain Village, Colorado. If you want to find out anything about me, you can go to MySpace where I have a page. This here is a concept in which, if it became a reality, over time would reduce some of the religious hatred and religious wars that we have in this world right now. Pretty much the war we're having with Al-Qaeda is pretty much a religious war. It's Al-Qaeda seeking to create a Muslim world. And the West and the Jews have got to go. Of course, you have to remember that Iran is doing the very same thing. And of course, what they would like to see is World War III, because they believe that if we have World War III and they come out victorious somehow, they can use it to create a Muslim world. And that's why Iran wants to nuke Israel and would love to nuke us as well, and probably all of Europe. And then this, out of the ashes will come a new Muslim universal world, I guess. But here's something that President Obama could do that might be constructive. I'm disappointed that Bush didn't ever think of this, and I wish he had. Is we need to take something from our Constitution, the freedom of religion, and we need to export that throughout the world, especially to these Muslim countries. But I mean, every nation should have this in their Constitution or within their laws. And that is that in their nations, they will, everybody has the right to practice their religion or not to practice their religion, and they cannot be discriminated against, they cannot be persecuted for it, and that would include in the workplace as well. See, that's something that we Americans could teach the world. We could teach the world that having religious tolerance for people of different religions brings a lot of peace and harmony. You know, we may have our little tits or tats here, but we don't go around killing other people because of their religion. Me, I'm a Protestant. Am I going to go out and discriminate against a person that's a Catholic or Jehovah's Witness? No. Am I going to kill anybody? No. I believe that everyone has the right to believe as they do. I come across atheists, even have some at work. That's fine. You know, if they don't want to worship, they don't want to believe in a God, that's their business. It's not mine. And I have no right to discriminate against them, nor persecute them, nor kill them. And that's what is the problem we have in this world, and that is what's bringing so many wars, so much death and destruction. And this is something that President Obama, if he really wanted to be constructive on a worldwide basis, could do. He could really bring some religious harmony in this world. It's going to be hard, and it may be a very long time before we see any effects. But it's a beginning. It's something. And this is something that we need to export to the rest of the world. The freedom of religion. And the government also not to sponsor that religion or any religion. If I'm in high school or in elementary school and the teacher says, you're going to have to pray now. No, I'm not. A prayer, it's not the government's place to incite prayer or to lead prayer or demand prayer. You have to remember that the word prayer means to request. And if you look in the book of, let's say Matthew, Jesus makes it quite clear that a prayer is a private matter. It's something you do in a closet. In other words, you do it alone. And when you pray to God, you're praying to, you're asking God for something. That's basically what a prayer is. It's asking. It's not to be heard so that you sound religious. That's what the Pharisees did, and that's what Jesus condemned. It's people who prayed out in public so they could be heard of men, and men would think them somehow to be holy. No, a prayer is to ask God of something. And it's a private matter. That doesn't mean that people that pray in churches out loud is wrong. It just means it's what their motive for praying out loud is what's in question here. So, but the point of it is that the government has no business pushing that on anybody or demanding that of anybody. And that should be that way throughout the world. Let people worship in private. Let them worship in peace. Do not discriminate. And those who do discriminate, those who do try to inflict violence upon them, go to jail. There's no other way. And this is something that's been completely ignored by everybody in this country. We need to export our constitutional right to freedom of worship. If you like this idea, please pitch it to your congressman, letter to the editor, pitch it on the internet, make it a reality. In other words, give it a foundation, so that one day it makes its way up to the top, and maybe somebody in Washington may actually listen, and it can become a reality. Thank you for your time.